Greetings and salutations! This is Jason Silverain, and you may be wondering why I'm returning to Ruinarch. Yeah, I just spent an hour saying why this game is unfortunately a wasted potential, and that you shouldn't buy it. Now, first of all, I just want to say sorry that review video was somewhat a bit rambly. I had just recorded it off the back of an 8-hour shift, and I wasn't quite entirely with it. But the point still stands. Why am I coming back to this? Well, in spite of everything, I want to show that you can have fun with this game, and if you do pick it up, there's some wonderful tactics and various things you can go along with, and sort of methods of play. And as I like to say, I play these games so you don't have to, and I really feel that in order to get my point across, I'm going to do like a full playthrough of the most difficult mode, because the two other modes are just simply a tutorial to play the main version of Ruinarch. Now, again, I do believe that if this game is modded, we'd be able to get something actually solid out of it. It's just a shame that the devs have just hand-waved it and abandoned it. Now, because I have other things to do on my day off today, and of course you guys don't want to be watching me have a slow meltdown, though some of you genuinely get entertained by that. You cruel, cruel people. I am going to do half cooldowns, so we're not waiting 5 minutes to use one thing. I'm going to go double charges, because having two castings of a spell is hardly game breaking. We're going to keep mana costs the same, just for that. And corruption's going to be double the amount, so we can actually do something with the walls, and actually try and make our base somewhat decent. Retaliation's going to be on normal. As you can see there, it's 25% chance of increasing retaliation rather than the 100% chance. We're not going to be on omnipotent. We're going to essentially play fair by the game mode, and we're going on a large size map so we can get some extra villagers in and lots of different factions. Now I said, actually I probably need to go over very large, but that gives us 4 starting villagers. Oh well, it will mean that there is something to destroy. So we'll go through. Hopefully the map's been a good one. And I'd like to see that Ruinarch is loading properly now. Now, I've tried to actually start recording this several times today, and for some reason, it has been crashing in the generate map screen. No idea why. It just didn't seem to be a problem before, and it's not updated, so I genuinely don't know if it's just something it doesn't like OBS. I mean, it is a Unity thing, so they tend to be quite greedy with my resources. But I will see you in just a moment. What we're looking for is going to be a map with a couple of lakes, and hopefully the villagers in the corners are way where I can hide. And welcome back. Now, shall we see if we've got anything usable? We have some sort of holy temple here. Looks like we've got a few little pockets of monsters in the far-flung corners. Don't know what the elves are going to do here. It says there's a... Is that supposed to be a mine? Or something here? We don't... they are next to a bunch of trolls, but those trolls can't get out. We have a proper mine set up there. Alright. Big patches of open nothingness with another village up here. A hot fiery cave in the middle of nowhere, which is no use. Lots of these little pocket caves. I mean, I'll be honest, I don't particularly like it. I don't think it's a good setup. It's a bit of a shame, really. But, you know what? It doesn't give us the lake we need. It does. It puts it far too close to them. I think I'm going to have another go at this. Shall we see if this one's any better? Now, already it's looking a little curious. We have villagers here. We had a village over to the left. Nothing particularly stands out. We do have a Master Forge, though I've never seen them actually use anything from those. So yes, the villagers are in the corner, all around the water I desperately want to stick something next to. That's a pain. That's a little bit of a pain. I mean, the frozen north might be the way to go. Yes, I think up here is going to be our fun little hidey hole. There we go. We're going to pick the Lich, mostly because they are the best all-rounder. They will give us access to both the the kennel, and the prison. I mean, and it gives us narcolepsy, which is actually a really good way of generating chaos orbs pretty quickly. Can we start that? So what are our goals? Well, we have plenty. As the Lich, we're going to be ending and trying to go for undead supremacy. I have never actually gotten this one. I've done everything but spawn the ghosts, which is really much a pain. The creatures knight's pretty easy. Idol worship can be pretty easy. Terrorize villagers, very easy, apart from bully a villager. Outbreak is going to be a bit of a 50-50. Destroy is also quite easy. So we've got plenty of options. Well, actually, the Destroy is not quite that easy. You can do some of them. I haven't done the bandits one yet, because the bandits tend to die pretty quick. So, what's our nearest threat? Looking at things. And what spells do we start with? Well, we have a monster spawner. That is something we're going to use straight away, because what will happen is that they'll start sending adventurers out. Now, we could mess with this town down here, stick it in their mine, but that won't last very long. So what we've got to do is just double check to see if there's anywhere we don't want them going, or we do want to attract them to. Now, ideally, I want a open cave that already has monsters in it, because that way we can just bolster the monsters, but doesn't seem to be any there. Well, that's a shame. So what we're going to go for instead is I am going to pick, shall we say, what's a good spot? Well, that's too close to a village. That, however, is not. So we're going to put this here. And we're going to have our second one in there. Hopefully we'll get 2 good sets of monsters. That uses all of our mana, but no worries. It's absolutely fine. And we need 120 chaos points to level up. We'll get an option of trigger floor, landmine, and kleptomania. That's pretty bad, actually. That's pretty useless for us. How about that one? Zap's not bad. Psychopath is actually the one we want out of that. Heal, expendable. Expel, maybe? Yep, this is all kind of trash. All these wild cards are trash. That is a shame. So, we're going to start that going. We don't really need to spend this. There's not much point. But I think the first town I am going to mess with... Oh, we do have ratmen. Excellent. That's a good idea, actually, for not putting things in caves, because they'll just go to all the caves and kill things. They'll eventually mine their way out. So you are going to be my chosen victims. Now, stalkers, those are bad. We kind of need to kill them off. This is a town full of stalkers. So that kind of sucks. We won't be doing much to them, because stalkers will basically spot vampires a mile away. So what we're going to do instead, this crafter, we're going to afflict you with narcolepsy, which is wonderful. And then we've got 500 seconds of dealing with them. And right now, it's just slow going. We just have to wait for him to basically fall unconscious, and give us chaos orbs from that. And we'll also have a look at the other towns, see if there's anywhere else where we kind of want to mess up. Now, you've got logging. There's not going to be much left of that forest. But there's nothing I can really do to summon the Ents. Wait, are you... The elves are doing loads of logging. Okay. You're a druid, you're a farmer. I think that I'm going to mess with you guys as well. Give you that as well, since that's the downtime for our next bunch of charges. Now, you've got druids. Do you have shamans? Shamans will be a real problem, because shamans can cure all kinds of things. I'm not seeing one, though. There we go. We've already got a bunch there. Lovely. And did I say chaos points? No, we need 120 spirit energy. I do apologise. So we're going to turn that druid into a vampire. And in fact, we are going to... You fell asleep before I could click on you, you bugger. Really? You usually want to keep your vampires and other similar people that have issues like that at home. You want to focus on the crafters, the farmers, all that, because the adventurers will get themselves killed. Put it bluntly. Shaman. Shaman can cure vampirism. That's no good for us. So we'll grab that as well. So that town's useless. How about this one in the corner? I would love to just turn the vampire... sorry, turn the farmer into a vampire, not the vampire into a farmer. Oh, it's going to be one of those days, isn't it? It's going to be one of those days. So, cannot blessed. Oh, that's just a shame, but you're certainly not. So, we've got a handful of things all set up. We can do another monster spawner, which we do kind of want to do. We want to build those monsters up. We are going to, again, oh, thank you. Oh, Incubus. Okay, that's good. They're really good, and I'll explain why in a minute. But first, I'm going to put this down somewhere else. We are going to put this... We're going to put that in this ruins here. Now, Incubuses are one of the few proactive monsters. They will go out, trying to seduce ladies, disguising themselves as villagers, and they're an auto-kill on a villager if they seduce the villager. Very good way of sorting things out. The giant spiders are definitely something we want as well, because they are excellent at just capturing other things and people and monsters. So once we get a kennel, we want to put those in there. And we'll see what you will be in a minute. With our monster spawners and narcolepsy earning us just enough chaos points, we've gained a bit of extra spirit energy from that. We should be able to now level up. Also, I've been keeping an eye on the rat folk here. They're already breeding, as they are wont to do. So, oops. What were the powers we could get for temporary powers? Nothing too powerful. Stampede's good for wiping out small towns, but let's get to level 2. There we go. Nice and easy. And for buildings, we want to start small. We have to start really with the crypt. I'll set up like this in case we want to do some Triton fishing. That is one of the things we've got on the achievements list to earn extra chaos points. Now, when it comes to spells and the like, let's have a little look. Do I have poison yet? No, I only have snatch object. I don't really have much I can directly influence. Though I'm sure I've got Necronomicon, but that's not going to help us just yet, because I need to figure out who's evil. No, we're not going to put any vampires the like in the town with the stalkers. If you could please stay still. Yep. I was hoping that the person I turned into a vampire wasn't the evil one, thankfully. And we've got a lot of suspicious people. Well, that's no good. So they're all dull. Nothing has really happened. So let's keep having a look. And we're in no rush right now. We've got a music lover and a natural music hater in the town. That's interesting. Persuasive and authoritarian. That someone's going to take over the town pretty fast. There we go. So we now have the Spire, the Prison, the Ice Blast, Summon Skeletons, remove buff. So, it's not bad. But we also... I mean, the Watch is not bad, but we want the Kennel. And now this is the one that's a bit useless. Kleptomania will help cause disruption in the town, so I'm not going to complain. Has that already been wiped out? Or is that from something else? I think that might be from something else. Fair enough. Nice and easy. But let's continue our search through the town. I'll keep having a look and see if I can find anyone who has the evil trait. They'll be our budding necromancer. This is an interesting combination. Negative Nancy brings down the mood of our villagers. Inspiring basically inspires and brings up the mood. So, so he's essentially an upper and a downer depending on what he's doing. Okay, can you please click on him? Thank you. No. I mean, there's a lot of people who like werewolves, but I'm not finding anyone who's actually evil. With no luck finding anyone who's evil in town, what we're going to do instead is inflict the stalkers with kleptomania. Now, this will essentially ruin their reputation slowly. They may even get expelled from the town, which would be great because then I can do things. Now, at first level, it's absolutely useless. Hopefully later on we'll be able to level it up via the spire. Now, for now, I have no chaos energy, so what can I do thinking about it? Now, spell-wise, I don't really have much I can do immensely. Now, I could try doing a wind blast there. And I'm hoping we get enough energy quickly so I can then try an ice blast on the water vapor here, so we can get the elemental type spells achievement done. I don't have the electricity I need for all of them. There we go, Frosty Fog. Did that only give us... only gave us spirit energy. That's useless. Normally it gives you chaos energy. However, you can see that's quite a big cloud floating around, so we could use that to mess with the town just a little bit. If, say, I did one down here. Again, I'll need a lot more mana for that. There we go. Orcs, they're going to be a lot of fun. Orcs are fantastic because they will essentially... ooh, hello. They just exterminated a cave. Never mind. Yep. Orcs will go out and capture people and essentially eat them. Where are you going? You're going to go take over one of the caves down here. That's fine. Are you mining here? That's going to be an interesting encounter. Have they taken the Earthen Wispens as their familiars, I wonder? Well, all elves gain 10 earth resistance. Oof. Them and their magic crystals. I mean, I'm hoping the rats will cause enough problems. Explore regions. Yeah, I mean, people have been pretty calm so far. This is early game. There's not much we can do. And there's chaos orbs being dropped everywhere because of narcolepsy. So, let's have a look at you. Are you... No, we want to keep the music hater. You, on the other hand, we could do with messing with you a little bit. There we go. I mean, it's a small gain. It's not going to be a massive issue. It just slows down the development. And then... Pow. What they'll actually do to them, who knows? I've never really... Oh, there we go. It just freezes them solid. So, I don't think it will actually hurt them. Certainly not when they can just walk round it. I like the fact it's freezing things indoors. Normally these sort of effects don't affect things indoors. And it's going to mess with their food supply. It doesn't earn me anything, but it's funny. But with that handful of chaos points, we've already earned enough for another level. So let's start upgrading that. And again, you can see why this gets very slow. We should probably put down another monster spawner when we get the chance. They're clearing out caves a lot faster than I thought they would. I probably have to start putting some dungeons about. Maybe buff the wolves. Alright, they're still alive. That's good. Bears are getting a bit of a pounding. Giant spiders look like they're going to be absolutely fine. They're pretty much en masse. Ooh. Now, I do wish we didn't have to go around the map collecting these orbs. It's ridiculous. Just give them to us. There's no real need for it. Ooh. That looks interesting. What is that? Brew Frozen Shrine. Not too bad. So let's have a look. Yeah, that's a boar den. We can't agitate monsters. That's a wolf den. So we're going to have at least a constant stream of beasties on the map. Even if they're not fantastic. Plenty of wolves though. Wolves are always good. Especially if we start getting werewolves. So I'm going to try and figure out a plan. I think mostly right now it will be building the spire. Where should we put that? Not really. All the sizes are all over the place in this game. Ooh. Yes, we can make werewolves. Excellent. I already have the idea of who to do with that. We're going to make some psychopaths. And we're going to have... we'll go with the sloth demon. There we go. Lovely. So what do we want to level up? Well, honestly, vampirism is quite nice. Even narcolepsy is very good for essentially doing that. Kleptomania, that will help us in the long run, but poison's fine. We don't need to level up that right now. We're going to do that all the way. Well, nearly all the way. Close enough. Boost up our vampires. We'll boost up that as well. And then we ideally need a kennel next. Kennels and prisons are our next most important things. So that is going to be put... Gee, that's fine down here. There we go. Next will be the prison and then the biolab. So we've got a kennel. What are we going to put in it? We're going to put in giant spiders. They're already murdering the rats. So we're going to go snatch monster. Oh, it's already taken it to the corrupt kennel. Wonderful. We're going to have our tank. We can't add an extra follower because game's ready. Because oh, we need mana first. I forgot you need mana to tell your guys that are wandering around doing nothing to go. I wish you could do deploy magically and just deploy from base. That would make it a bit more intuitive and better. Well, with our attempt to gain spiders somewhat scuppered, we do have enough mana now, but I think there's more important things to do. So, we are going to have a look over here. You're not too bad. You're nocturnal. Now, I'd advise making your psychopaths nocturnal because they're less likely to get caught. So, we're going to make you. We're going to pick type. We'll go with class. Now, I like to use psychopaths to hunt down stalkers and shaman. Oh, later on, you can have this as ore, which is a lot better. I think at the moment I've got to make it where, so it's got to be stalker. Let's make them male stalkers, because unfortunately, thinking about it, if I do this now, this is going to be a real pain in the ass, because I won't be able to change this. If I wait for one more level up, I can change that to and or, which means I can go stalkers or males rather than male stalkers. Now let's just double check first. Well, that stalker's male. How about the other one? That's an archer. Yep, both our stalkers are male. So this might not be too much of an issue. Yep, there we go. I think we'll go with that, actually. I mean, it doesn't harm us in the long run. Now we have made it so our stalkers are going to be occasionally pickpocketing things, but this is fine. If we can kill them off, it means we don't get them kicked out of town, which is, you know, it's the same effect. They're no longer around to be problematic. So we are going to make you a psychopath. We're going to go with gender, male, class, stalker. And you'll be picking off any male stalkers that turn up. And that gets a nice bit of chaos. Now for our other one, we want to go back to the elves. Thank you. We have a choice of two. We have a... Oh, there's a stalker over here. Well, that's handy. Now, stalkers have reasonably decent stats, I believe. If I could just go away with that trait thing. Thank you. Yes. Actually, no mental resistance. Lots of fire resistance on her, though. Obsessed with vampires. Nocturnal. You know what? That's all fine. I'm going to make you a psychopath. You are going to hunt down shamans or shamans, and I have not checked what gender they are. I will sort that out first. But then we're basically using them as hit people. Now, with psychopaths, when you can, you want to make it so the people who are psychopaths are the ones with the highest fighting capability in the town. Bonus if they're someone who doesn't really go out of town too much as well. Because if they get caught, they're going to be having a punch-up, and you want them to do as much damage on their way down as possible. Oh, well, never mind. It looks like one of the stalkers is already dead. He got murdered by the orcs. Also, there was an abomination there, which means the orcs ate something they shouldn't. Abominations come about from eating tainted mushrooms. That is shattered statue, quite cool. So I thought that was a person turned to stone for a second. Another abomination? Oh, yeah, the orcs definitely ate something they shouldn't have. Because they turned into abominations midway through the fight. They're quite nasty beasties. But at the same time, it's just because they've got lots of hit points. They go down pretty fast. Wait, info spent? No, they're just dead. So you're going to destroy my monster spawner. That's absolutely fine. And then you're going to go bury your friends. Aww. Well, that's fine. That's fine. That's an archer dead as well. That's good for us. Now, I wish I could just click on these people. You can, what was it? Click on someone and see what group they are a member of. There we go. Like the party, Heart Society, and all that lot. Again, but clicking on them, you can only really look at the members. You can't really, like, zoom to them, which is a shame. So this is one adventuring party somewhat scuppered. Are you going to come back and bury the others, I wonder? Well, we'll find out soon enough. In the meantime, I have mana. And when I have mana, it means I need to actually get on with some tasks. So we're going to snatch this monster. I would prefer to do this at night. We'll go with a single skeleton. We'll deploy. Ugh, you're in the middle of all them. There we go. Now get that spider. Fingers crossed the rest of them won't join in. They usually don't. Go. Thank you. Now, if you could be so kind and not walk through the middle of the town. Yes, thank you. Thank you very much. Oh. Oh, the rat man just turned into an abomination. Oh, well. And they're murdering. This is the thing. You never really get abominations because they always get murdered like this. Oh, and you're gathering the other body. Wonderful. That means you're not going to be here anymore. And guess what we're going to do? Well, we're not going to destroy it. No, that would be a waste. I think we need to put another monster spawner down. Lovely. So there's one. And that was a mistake, a misplay I made earlier in the game. And there we go. Created an abomination. We didn't do it, but hey, I'm willing to take the credit. We want to go here. Actually, with more chaos energy collected first, that would be lovely. The incubuses aren't really doing that much. Or maybe I've just not spotted them. They've not gone roaming and deciding to sleep around yet. Yeah, the mood will take them soon enough. Horny devils. So we'll start upgrading the portal. Again, this really hasn't been much of a challenge. And I feel like it's still very early game. I have had to take breaks from the game already due to phone calls and all that lot. So it's like nearly 2 o'clock for me now. And I started at 11. But that's purely due to things going on around the place. Now, spells. We want monster spawner. We want that leveled up as fast as possible because it gives us more spawners to play with. Which is fantastic. Now, I would like to do up the afflictions, which are so powerful. I'm kind of playing more like the Puppet Master than I am the Lich right now. But that's simply because we haven't got anyone evil. But sooner or later we can, hopefully. And I'm just going to go have a nosy. I wonder if our vampire's drinking anyone's blood today. I mean, they don't need it straight away. They just don't get tired. And once they do get tired, then they have to have a sup. Mmm, tasty. So I've got Dracula dead and loving it in my head at the moment. He's going after him with the straw. Why? Can't really see my vampire at the moment. That's a... I will search for them later. It'll be fine. Or better yet. What is your job, sir? You're a knight. Wouldn't it be grand if you also were a vampire? Lovely. It's going into people's homes and watching while they sleep. druid. Oh, she likes werewolves. There you go, love. Fantastic. Oh, what's going on over there? Someone's wandered in. Oh, and that's my powers. We can have plague rats. They're going to be fun. Mana pit will give us a bit more mana, so we don't have to wait. Seize monsters, very handy. I'd rather have seize villager. The spiritless drains happiness. It's not great unless someone's already miserable. The other two spells, kind of actually half decent. Water spike's okay. That will wet an area. That can actually be quite useful. The other stuff, not great. I mean, expel is technically okay. I mean, we could try and make people join new factions. I mean, it's a tool. I hardly ever use it, though. But it will give us chaos energy if we need it. We don't really need another kennel. As much as I'd like one, I'd like a watcher, please. Because that way we get some messages. So I do know we had quite a few people. No, what, villagers? We want to go to L. Oh, she turned into a wolf. She turned into a wolf that night. That's what set off the alarm. Okay, could I just hide by trait a second? Where is she? Poor lass. Everyone's freaking out there's a wolf indoors. Well, she isn't going to last long. Alright. Human Kingdom, there's 2 of you. What are your abilities? Well, I'm going to just hide that because stupid boxes are always in the way. Well, we're just going to right-click on you. You're also going to be a werewolf. That's all I'm going to use up. And I can turn you into one later.